What's happening, everybody? Welcome back, and thanks for watching. We are going to finish this today. I am going to finish what the body guy started. He called no show today, so I'm not gonna wait. I'm sick and tired of waiting on people. I am going to sand it all down again. I'm going to fix the bodywork in the back. I'm going to touch up a few spots that he missed and make it pristine. With the attention to detail that I have on this car and what it means to me, I'm gonna finish it. So we've got a whole bunch to do today. I'm gonna be bouncing all over the place, a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm gonna block down the car just to get everything all nice and smooth. Everything's raw right now. It's got to be a little bit better, so I'm gonna make it better. I'll go over it real quick with a 220, then I'll fix some of the body work that I see that's not 100%. I'm going to take off the side skirts and end caps to put new clips on, and then I'll start doing a little bit of filling, and like I said, in some of the areas that I don't like, and then I'll go over it with those spots with a 220. Then I'll wet sand the entire car with a 400. And that should get us pretty good for painting. I do want to paint this weekend. If tomorrow is good enough, I'm going to seal up the garage. I'm going to clean the garage tonight. I'm going to re-tape off the entire car with plastic and make it all awesome. If we get the bodywork done, we'll be painting this thing tomorrow. I'm going to build like a little homemade paint booth inside here with some fans. I'm going to heat it up real good inside the garage, and then we'll go ahead and shoot the paint on. Other than that, I'm not going to mess with the wire harnesses today. I did get some more of the wire loom that I was missing last time, so I can finish that loom up. But I'm going to concentrate on bodywork and paint this weekend. So wish me luck. I'm going to try and, like I said, finish a couple of spots in the body that I don't like, sand it all down twice, and hopefully get into some paint. This side looks pretty good. The fender looks pretty good. I still got to block everything down. Everything's got runs in it. So I've got probably the rest of the day at minimum to try and fix this stuff. But let's get into it. I'll get into a couple of time lapses. Hopefully capture some of this. I know it is bodywork and it is super boring, so I'm going to try not to bore you guys with too much of it as far as letting it just play out, because that's hours and hours and hours of sitting here and filling and sanding and filling and sanding, and I know nobody wants to watch that. So I'll jump into a couple of everybody. Well, as you guys saw, I went over the car, gave it a once over, and got all the big scratches out from the higher grit sandpaper. I'm going to go over and with the light and just make sure I got all of the big scratches out. The primer's nice, it's high build, so it's really nice and thick, so I didn't have to feel any of the big scratches. I just had to sand them down, make them real nice and smooth. I am going to pull all of the plastic, all of the tape, because the tape line's stuck. They're not where they need to be for trying to paint it. I am going to do a little bit more body work in the back on the bumper covers, or the over fenders and the bumper cover in the back. But I already gave it a real quick once over. Everything looks okay. I am going to have to fill this up probably about a 1/4 inch. This is way too low. But yeah, everything's looking pretty decent. I bought all new clips for the door trims and the side skirts. The side skirt on the passenger side, all of the mounting clips in the inside of it were busted off. So I'm going to have to get a new side skirt for the other side, and I might just go ahead and get them both. That way I can just mount it up and call it a day. So if you have side skirts for a 2nd gen Eclipse, let me know, because I'm definitely going to need them. The door trims are in decent condition. I don't really need to get those. But, man, everything's looking pretty decent. I'm going to sand down the front bumper, probably outside. I'm not going to do that on the car. But everything feels nice, and well, there's a couple of ripples here, but nothing. They're big humps and valleys. I'm going to take the light over this one more time. I can feel a couple of high spots, low spots. It's not bad though. I don't even think it's bad enough to. I blocked it with the block and the 220 to kind of bring down some of it that I felt. Everything feels really good. Like I said, I'm going to go over it one more time with the light. That way I know I got all the scratches out. But I'm thinking it's going to be time to fill 3 little areas, sand those smooth, reprimer them real quick, and I am thinking that I'm going to start taping off this car, and maybe, well, I got to wash it and wax and grease remover, then spray away. I'm gonna detail the ever living crap out of this. I'm also gonna sand inside the door jambs. I've already sanded inside of the engine bay. I got to tape off the firewall, but everything else is getting repainted again. I got to also do the back. I'm gonna take all this tape off. I'm gonna put a new piece of plastic, but down instead of back across. We're gonna repaint all the green that's already been done. One more time, I'm going to really go over it real quick with some 220, scuff up the clear coat that I didn't like that I did last time. We'll scuff that up. We'll repaint the entire thing green. And yeah, let's get after it. went ahead and sanded this again, and as I was taking the light over it, I found a whole bunch of pinholes in the filler. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix those. I already fixed that's a flake of paint. I already fixed all the runs. As you can see, there was runs all the way down. I got those all nice and flat. There was one right there. Underneath the fenders in the front, there was literally drips on the bottoms of the fenders. That was well, I just saw it right there. That was a huge run. But everything's looking pretty decent. Some more pinholes. But I've got everything marked out, I think. So I'm going to do this little section right here and the big sections in the back. That right there. Fill all that up nice and smooth and get it all smoothed out. And then I'll take the other filler, the other body filler, and touch up all the little pinholes. I'm going to sand them all out and then fill them and then sand them smooth. I've still got to do the bumper, but we didn't touch that with filler, so pretty much basically all I got is just sanded down. At the amount of work and the quality of work that I did today, obviously it's not over. I have quite a bit left to do, so we'll jump into some time lapses and get some more done. I'm just mixing up a little bit of this fiberglass filler. I'm gonna put some right here on the front fender and try and get it looking as best I can. I got the backs looking pretty good. I thought I started a time lapse on that, but I didn't. Sorry. We're gonna go ahead and fill this up and make it a little bit bigger so that I can sand it down to the right shape. Well, that was a little wasteful. I mixed up too much. But after I smooth all that smooth and
make it all awesome and shape it. Should look a little bit better. Maybe one more coat just if I go a little low or something, but should start to looking pretty good. Well, I forgot to sand all of the, remember when I said the primer was dripping off of the fender? All those are drips. So we're gonna sand that down nice and smooth, just so that the fender, I already kind of hit it, but not good enough. We're just gonna quickly get a little bit of sandpaper on it real quick so we can knock them down flat. I probably didn't need to go with a 40 grit, but it'll knock it down pretty fast. And I'll hit it with 150 just to kind of make it awesome and smooth. Take out all the 40 grit scratches. This is not going to matter much because this is obviously underneath the fender, in between the fender and the bumpers. I just want a good, nice fitment line. We don't want a whole bunch of, this is 220. We don't want a bunch of primer or filler or anything really in between, because that'll make it look like crap. I'm gonna get everything off, get everything cleaned up, and see if I can't shoot a little bit of Raptor liner on the inside of them, just to stiffen them up a little bit and make them awesome. Got that sounded down pretty much smooth, and then put some fine filler on it. I saw a couple of pinholes. I got that all squared away. I'm gonna make it look a whole lot better. I fixed this little area down here. That's gonna look a whole lot better. It's all filled. Now I just gotta shape it and make it look awesome. There was a lot of pinholes in this area right here. So I went ahead and filled them up. I had 2 gouges right there. I don't know what they were from. And then the door looked like crap too. There was a whole bunch of pinholes all the way through the bodywork that was here. But we're starting to get it squared away. A little bit more sanding, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be painting.
The bodywork is 99.7% done. All I've got is these 2 little areas back here to smooth out. They're already bodyworked. I just got to smooth them out. Maybe put some Z grip on there, but when that line is super more badass than it was, I do have two little pinholes right here and here I gotta fill in, but I went over the car with the light, went over the car a couple of times with 220. I'm gonna do one 400 tomorrow, well, and smooth all that out. But I'm super excited. The car is really close to being done. I'm gonna hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna try and get a hold of my supervisor and see if I can't get the other gun. I will be shooting the Raptor liner underneath the body panels and sanding it down to like 400 tomorrow morning. And hopefully by tomorrow evening, this thing will be green. I know. I've been saying that for a couple of videos now. This bodywork has literally taken me 5 times longer than I had anticipated. But everybody I've talked to says, take your time on the prep, do it right. Your finished job will reflect how your prep was. Don't rush the prep and you'll turn out with a nice end result. If you rush the prep, and it don't matter if you've been spraying aircraft for 15 years, you rush the prep and you're going to end up with a garbage paint job is what I've been told. So we really took our time and made sure that everything was immaculate. And right now, it's about there. I spent all day today sanding down this car, uh, filling little imperfections everywhere, sanding down the runs, sanding down everything that I saw. I went through with a light, marked everything, filled everything, resanded everything, and went over it with a light again. Everything is 99.7% done. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna really try and get this thing green tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow evening. I do have to pick up a couple more rolls of tape and re-tape off everything. I'm not gonna repaint the firewall. I am gonna repaint the engine bay, just not the firewall. And the inside of the back of the car too. I still have a wire harness, the battery tray, and a few things to move out of the back of the car and sand that down. Just scuff up the clear coat that I did spray. There's a couple of runs in it. It doesn't look great, so I'm gonna redo it. I am really excited. This video is definitely going to be longer. There's been a couple of instances where I came on and talked for a long time. And we got a whole bunch of time lapses too of some of the body work actually being done. But I'm tired. So it's kind of early, but I'm going to go home and catch a shower. And I'll be back out tomorrow morning and we'll start over again. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's happening, everybody? Well, it's the next day, and the car's looking really good. It's super late already. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I don't know if we're gonna get to paint this thing today, but I did go and pick up the paint gun. I picked up some plastic and some more tape to tape everything off. We're gonna heat up the garage real good right now. I got the heaters on. I'm gonna start cleaning up. I'm gonna try and shoot the Raptor liner uh, underneath the panels, all the fenders and over fenders. I'm not going to do the front bumper. I probably will do the back bumper, but we're going to get those parts and pieces taken off and finished up on the inside. That way we can start thinking about painting the outside. I'm going to go over the car 2 more times, one with 400, and make sure that we've got all the primer and everything squared away. I might need to primer a couple of spots before we do that, but I think we're looking really good. We just gotta do the little finishing touches. Once with 400, once with 600. I'm gonna resand down all of the green that I'm gonna repaint. Also, it's 220 right now, I believe. I gotta go and hit it a little bit more. Then I'll tape everything off and get everything all cleaned up. Go through the garage and clean up the garage. Then build my little room with the plastic. And we should be looking to start painting. But being that it's already 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 before it's dark, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got like 8 or 9 hours to do all of that work. And then it has to be still warm enough in the garage for me to paint. So I'm not 100% sure we are going to get the paint done this weekend. I really want to. I'm going to really try to. So let's get into it. All right. Well, I didn't really get very much videos or time lapses. I was hauling butt. I sanded down the car, mostly the other side, because this side had a few imperfections. I still need to do the over fenders and the fenders, but I did do them with 400, checked everything, and then I did them again with 600. So everything is super, super smooth. Not only is it super smooth, but we got rid of all of the 100 scratches, the 150 scratches, the 220 scratches, then the 400, and then the 600. So everything is, oh my God, it's cotton smooth. It's so nice. We should get a really good paint job. But I still have to wash it and get it all ready, taped off and everything else. So I jumped into the over fenders and the fenders, and the back bumper I sprayed them once already with the Raptor liner. We're going to do one more coat, but I'm going to start with the front bumper. The front bumper's not that big of a deal. I'm going to tape it off real quick, and I'm going to start shooting it. I want to make sure that we got at least some coverage. I'm going to get 2 coats on each one of the over fenders and the fenders, and probably 1 coat on each one of the bumpers. But we're going to go ahead and blow this out, tape it up real quick, and shoot it. This one's already taped up. Now, I don't have to tape up the whole entire thing. Just, this is gonna suck. I'm just gonna tape off the areas with holes in it so that I don't blast Raptor liner into the nice white primer. I'm getting a little nervous. Now, mind you, I have watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and we all know that if you attend YouTube University, you're pretty much an expert, right? But, like I said, I am getting a little nervous. I don't want to screw up all of the beautiful bodywork that we did. I'm hoping that we get to spray it tonight. It's already dark. I don't know exactly what time it is, but I've worked pretty much all day, and I don't know. I'm gonna try and paint it tonight, but I still have a ton of work to do before that is even feasible. I highly doubt that it's going to be painted today. If it happens, great. If not, well, it is what it is. I definitely don't want to waste product. This product, the paint that we got was super, super, super expensive at almost $1,000 a gallon. Actually, I think the $1,000 a gallon was the first one we priced. I think we got this one for a little cheaper. I can't remember. I know it was expensive, and not only that, but we bought the fillers and the primer, the high build primer, and all that shit added up. Now, that being said, if you go out and you want to get a paint job, to the extent that we're doing this, it would have been a $10,000, $12,000 paint job. And I didn't come nowhere near that. So we're going to just chalk it up as I'm winning. And we'll get into spraying this.
Well, there she is. All pretty. Looks like a damn fighter jet. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. I got to hit it with 600 one more time. I touched up a couple of primer spots, so I'll hit it one more time with the 600, and then wash her and paint it. It's about 10:30 at night right now. I highly doubt that I want to paint this thing right now. I mean, it's definitely warm enough in here. I'm sweating in the garage. I got one burner going on the propane heater. I really wanted to paint this thing this weekend, but I mean, I'm definitely going to finish sanding it and probably tape it off. That way, next time when I come out, all I have to do is wash it and paint it.